All right, we're in it. Back at it again after a week off here for episode 146. Um, Guess we'll sit here and bullshit around for a minute and give people some time to file in. But you're fresh off North Wilkesboro and ready to turn around and I guess turn and burn and hit the road again. So
Yeah, definitely a quick turnaround this week. Um, in fact, yesterday I had to catch up on some sleep, so this even made for a quicker turnaround today. I've been trying to scramble and get shit done, get shit ready, but you know we're always get it done, right? Especially for old 600 weekend. That's a staple on our tour. So yeah, excited to get that weekend kicked off. Um, but yeah, like you said, we'll kind of bullshit around here for a minute, let people get in.
yeah, I'll get
Um,
these links tweeted out real quick
yeah, get them out.
while you're doing that. But yeah, I guess while I'm doing that, talk about Wilkesboro a little bit, man. You was it a good? I mean, other than the rain, obviously that sucked. I
I don't want
felt
to
for you
spoil. I don't
guys,
want to
man.
spoil everything for everybody to get in here. So I don't know if you
I
cut
got you.
this for the pod edition or if you just straight send it. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah, I mean
I'm still getting these links tweeted out, but
that's fine. I mean we need to come up with like a little segment here. I mean just like what you been up to. Obviously you know
yeah,
what I've been up to. So what you been up to?
man, I went to
Obviously
Atlanta.
you said shit. You were weed whacking your yard today, not mowing it. You were weed whacking it. So
Yeah,
uh,
I told you a little story. Like basically, like I have a guy who usually comes and cuts my grass, and like I ain't seen him in weeks, and like my leasing company was like getting mad that like my yard is too big. I can't fit a mower in my car. I drive a freaking Mazda 3, so I asked my boss. I was like, "Hey, you have a weed whacker I can borrow?" So I just got that from him at work today and went and fucking weed whacked my yard. So that was fun.
nice. Hey, got to get it done one way or another, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so we're starting to get some people trickling in here. It says 7 on my end. So yeah, we'll just kick it off. I mean, we'll kind of give a rundown here. I got just on my end of things that I want to cover is obviously I do want to touch on Darlington a little bit since we didn't last week.
Oh
Um,
yeah, congrats to you on your throwback. I forgot to tweet it out, my bad. But like, yeah, congrats to you on your throwback draft victory.
yes, sir. Holla holla. You still tweeting the links out?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
I was
on my
like
stuff.
wondering why the screen was black, but yeah, man, shout out to the people. I was out there campaigning hard over the weekend, and had to get those votes in, baby. So yes, sir, the 2024 champion of the throwback draft. Um,
I just want to say, if it's any consolation prize, our boss voted for me, Cody.
nice. I mean,
So
hey, I might not have had the best paint schemes, but the campaign was doing wonders for me. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, yeah.
Nah, you
I
had
respect
some
it.
fire ones, and that's what we got to do. Have some fun with this every year. So, hey, yeah, I mean,
Logan did not make another run at it.
he did not. He did not have the people on his side this year. They were not on his side. But yes, want to go back and touch on Darlington because that was a great finish. Um, Obviously, All Star Weekend, Trucks Cup, practice, the rain, yada yada. Um, I haven't been watching a lot of World Outlaws, but we will give an update on that and just kind of where they are in the season, points update, yeah, and stuff, and then we'll give a high limits update as well. Just kind of tie everything together, make it a big show here this week since we took a week off.
Hell yeah. Um, yes. I mean, did you want to get into the? I mean, I guess we don't need to recap the whole Darlington, but did you want to talk about the whole Busher, Reddick, all that
Yeah, that's
stuff?
kind of where I was at with it, just like how you saw it. Obviously, and I know in the moment you had some thoughts on it. So just kind of how did you end up seeing it after the
I mean,
fact, how everything played out, and then just I'll just rebuttal what I think of it. So yeah, just what did you think of it?
yeah. I mean, I stand by what I felt, and then I felt like what I felt and what I was saying to you guys kind of got backed up at North Wilkesboro, where like, yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'll get more into it, but like, it was just stupid, and there was no reason for Reddick to do that. I mean, he had the faster car. Like, he's gonna pass him anyway. I just thought it was ridiculous, and like, it accomplished nothing for him. Obviously, like neither of them won the race. And it was, I don't know. I mean, it's 2 weeks old, so I'm not as fired up about it as I was then. But I mean, it was dumb. Like, yeah, I stand by everything I said to you guys. Like when that first happened, like,
No, yeah, it was definitely a very high risk, low reward. I mean, I guess there was big reward, but he didn't need to go in and hit him. If he would have just waited because Busher was in the wall, he would have made the pass cleanly there. I think coming off a four. Um, I mean, it's hard to say. It's like you say, 10 laps to go. You're going for it, and you know you send it in there a little too hard. It doesn't stick like you think it's going to, and then you know the guy's right there, and a guy that definitely doesn't have a win, which makes the situation I think worse. You know what I mean? If it's a guy, just like Busher said, you know I don't have that sticker. You know that's a big thing today. You know what I mean? If he had a sticker, I can see racing that way, and you know what I mean, just sending it in there and hoping it sticks, and if not, whatever, it's racing. You know what I mean? We're racing for another win, both of us.
Whether you have a win or not, though, it's like I like red like it. That's like a desperation move if you make on the last lap, like if that's your only play. But like what made it so dumb is like he had the faster car. Like there was no reason for him to, in my mind. I don't know if you saw it the same way, but like I thought Reddick was going to get him anyway. I just didn't think there was
Yeah,
any reason for him to do that.
yeah, I think he did have a faster car. I mean, we sit on here every week and talk about how hard it is to pass. You know what I mean? So if you see an
We will again
opportunity,
about North Wilkesboro.
yeah, exactly. We're just precursor in the show here later. So, I mean, like I said, we talk about how hard it is to pass. So you see opportunity, you got to take it. I mean, and that line will probably come up here later again as well. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I get Reddick's point. You're going for another win, another 5 bonus points. That's huge in the grand scheme of the playoffs. And I get Busher's side of it. Like, dude, what the fuck? We have
Yeah.
minimal opportunities to win these races. We're leading the race, and you take me out. Like, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? So I definitely see both sides of it. See why Busher's mad, and I think both of them handled themselves very professionally after the fact. You know, Busher came up and kind of grabbed him a little bit and was like, dude, what the hell was that? And immediately, as soon as Tyler Reddick said something, he was like, dude, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? It was just apology after
I,
apology. So,
I mean, but and like I said, like, and like you were bringing up, it'll parlay into Wilkesboro too as well. It's like what I said to you guys, and I stand by it. Is like you're not. Well, I was gonna say you're not allowed to retaliate on the track. You're not allowed to retaliate physically now, apparently too, after today, what we found out. So,
yeah.
um, but yeah, we'll get into that. I'm sure. I'm sure we probably agree on that as well. But I mean, I guess it might be kind of invalid for me to say it now after the penalties came out today. But I was like, you should have went down there, like punched him in the face, because like that's the only way like these people will learn. And like Reddick's
Well, no,
kind of
I
always,
think. And I mean, Reddick hasn't always been like this. Like, he's more calculated. I think these two have a good history. You know, these two race each other with a lot of respect. So it's like I said, this is like he messed up on this one. If he messes up again, that's when you go and punch him in the face. You know what I mean?
yeah, I hear you.
Now Busher has owed him one, or Reddick needs to pay the favor back somehow. Like, race him really easy, give him a spot a few weeks in a row here. You know what I mean? Like, really say my bad. You know what I mean? Make it up to him on the racetrack. And I'm sure they
Yeah.
will. They have a good history, and again, that's again why Chris Busher didn't just go down there and punch him in the face. But yeah, just again wanted to get your thoughts on that. It was a good, I think, intro here.
But yeah,
Uh,
after today, like I said, I mean, it kind of makes what I was saying after that race invalid. I guess you can't go punch him in the face. That must be a new rule, apparently. Like,
I mean, we'll get into it. We'll break it down a little bit more. I
yeah,
think there's a little bit more to it than just that. Um,
yeah, for sure. But
but yeah,
um,
Darlington overall, great race as always. We
was
expected it to be. Shout
happy
out
for
to
Brad.
yeah, I say shout out to Brady Light. First win in like a year and a half, 2 years. Um,
Shit, three
oh yeah, I
over
guess we're
three.
going on 3. Yeah, 2021. Shit.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's definitely a long time coming, and glad to see his work is paying off there at Roush. So yeah, I didn't mind the winner after all that drama played out. It was still a good winner, and I said excellent race all day
man.
long.
All we talked about all year, or I don't want to say us, but I mean in general, like one of the stories of the year is like, what's wrong with Ford? And that's 3 straight weeks now, I'd say. I mean, obviously Busher is as close as you can possibly get to winning Kansas without winning, and then 2 straight wins for Ford after that. Ford's definitely coming out and flexing their muscle now.
Yeah, we got some new players in the game.
Who's Roy Orbison? I didn't get that reference.
You've never. Here, let me pull up a picture.
Okay. Shout out to
He'll
Cody.
get it.
What's up, dog?
He'll get it. This is a great. Yeah, shout out to Cody. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'll wait on that
gosh.
for a second.
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely hang on a second because this is
Me and
funny.
Cody had an
This is funny.
interesting discussion today while we were both kind of bored in the middle of the day about Dale Jr. and kind of like the state of NASCAR media. How like Dirty Mo kind of basically is like the state media of NASCAR. I mean, not necessarily in a negative way now, but with how much content they're putting out and like the lack of competition, we had a pretty interesting discussion about that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's crazy how much content they put out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, like definitely like most of the NASCAR podcasts and opinions, I feel like, and
All
I mean,
right,
like,
this
but
is Roy Orbison.
so where's that from?
That's he's a musician,
Oh, okay.
and that's Cody saying that's who I am.
I like it. Hell yeah.
uh, but yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah, we
good.
did. Um,
Um, yeah, Darlington, fantastic. I can't even remember where we were at. I got sidetracked there.
Ford.
Um, oh yes, Ford. We got some new players in the game. Um, so yeah, I mean, and we're going into this race last year where Ford got was it their first win of last year? Maybe not their first. No, because
Nah, Logano won
Logano won it.
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. But again, this is when we were talking about Ford being down, down, down. You know what I mean? And then Ryan Blaney goes out and surprises everybody. It seems like so. Yeah, it's hard to say where Ford stacks up on the mile and a half, but the past couple weeks we've seen they've been fast as shit. I mean, hey,
Not
even
Cody
at
Copeland.
even at the short tracks now, um, yeah, they're looking good. They're flexing their muscle. So, yeah, we got some new players in the game, and I just see they can continue to get stronger.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, obviously we saw it at North Wilkesboro. So yeah, they are. Yeah, they're strong. But I mean, speaking of North Wilkesboro, I mean, you were there. I mean, you can get into your week. I don't know if there's going to be much to talk about other than
A
like
lot of
the.
rain.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Yeah, you can tell us about it, but I don't know how much you're going to have to say, really.
No, I mean it's yeah, rain literally every day but Sunday it rained at least a little bit. Um, Tuesday when we were on the road, obviously they canceled the Cars Tour stuff on Tuesday early, like 9 or 10 in the morning. So we kind of knew we had all day. So we went over to Mooresville, even before going to Wilkesboro. We're just like, hey, let's piddle around Mooresville for the day, hit some race shops and whatnot. You know, Mooresville's always a good place to kill some time. So yeah, did that on Tuesday. Wednesday, I mean, I've never laid around in the tent or sat in the truck more at a racetrack than we did this weekend. I mean, we laid in the tent. I
Charlotte.
mean, no, I mean, obviously this is more because it was fucking all damn week.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, we didn't get out of the tent till probably 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock on Wednesday. I mean, it just kept on and off raining all day long, so it was like kind of not much going on. And then we're like hopeful that they would get some racing in. Like rain stopped there for a while, and then like as soon as we got to the racetrack, it started pouring again, and then yeah, and then they called it after like probably an hour and a half, 2 hours of rain, and I don't think they had the NASCAR drying equipment there for the Cars Tour, which was unfortunate. I mean, I get it, you know what I mean? That's a lot of money to
I'm
just
surprised
spend.
SMI doesn't have their own stuff.
Well, they do. They have like the just
The regular
the
jet
blowers.
dryers.
Yeah, jet dryers. That's what I was looking for. Jet dryers, but they don't have like air titans. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like but the air titans obviously cut the drying by like 40%. You know what I mean? So, uh, I think if they would have had some air titans on site on Wednesday, maybe they would have gone a little later into the night, and that's when you saw Lynn and Huffman kind of bitching on Twitter. It was kind of funny. I was kind of agreeing with him because it literally stopped raining, and then after 11 minutes after it stopped raining, they called it, and 11 minutes after they called it, it stopped raining. It didn't rain again for the rest of the night again. So, It's unfortunate that we didn't get any racing in there Tuesday, Wednesday, and they basically scrapped the Cars Tour because I thought Thursday maybe was like kind of a built-in day, but they had to, I guess, prep the track with all the NASCAR stuff. So cameras for pit road, obviously the camera for start finish line. You know, we saw how important that was just the other week.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they had to basically prep the track, so they didn't have Thursday in their pocket to do anything. And then Friday was basically all on track stuff. So, yeah, Thursday we played golf, and sure enough, like hole 16, 17, it rained on us for like 20 minutes. Just hard as shit rain. And basically, it was just like, are you kidding me? Like, you know what I mean? You can't catch a break out here. Luckily, it was nice most of the day, and that was the only real rain shower.
Dude, you brought up the start finish line camera, by the way. I just wanted to make a side note before I forget about it. So we talked about the same thing, like possibly doing it for a restart zone. I just thought it was interesting, like with the technology and anything, it kind of relates. I don't know if you saw this week, the NFL is going to
Yeah,
start
the
putting
first down shit. Yep.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. For anybody who doesn't know, they're putting they're going to start using like a chip in the football to like determine the first down. So we're not going to have to take the stupid chains out and measure it anymore, and anything like that. So I mean, it just kind of goes along with what we were talking about. With I remember we had a whole discussion about the restart zone about it, and then obviously the finish line stuff is in the news. So I just thought that was interesting to bring up on that topic.
Yeah, 100%. Technology's there if they want to use it. You know what I mean? It's just all up to them. I mean, that's going to cost more money in a day and age where we're all about cost savings. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, but yeah, if you wanted to make it straight black and white of like, hey, here's the restart zone, you went before it. Yeah, I guess you could do that for sure.
If there's one company that in this country that's not hurting for money, it's the NFL. So,
well, that's true. That's 100% true.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I was talking about the NASCAR side, obviously. But
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, golf Thursday, and then on the way back, it was kind of nice. We ran into the Hauler Parade. I knew about it, but we were headed to Walmart, and I was like coming up to a roadblock, and I was like, oh shit, this is like the parade route, right? So like I was like, let's park. And we saw the parade like coming, leading with some like old race cars. That was cool. Got some shots of the haulers. Those are always dope to look at. And then blowing the horns loud as shit. Reminds me of trains.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, SHR I think has some of the best haulers in the game for sure. The old Peterbilts with the chicken lights all over them. Those are probably some of the best in the game if you ask me. But yeah, so that was Thursday. It's kind of a dead day. And then Friday, that brings us to it was basically just a practice day at the track. You had truck practice, which we did not make it to truck practice. We were headed to truck practice, and I accidentally ran over Drew's water bottle, which was funny. so he was not too happy about that, and so I was like, well, no, we'll go get you one like at Walmart. He's like, I thought we were going to practice. Yeah. Like he forgot something in the tent, right, and like took it back. Or, like maybe he forgot his water, and then like set his water in the road and went back for something else. And like I went to like back up at the time and wasn't using my backup camera, and just like looking out my mirrors, right. I was like, oh yeah, cool, like got it, no trees, cool, back, and then I fucking boom, I hit something. I'm like, what the hell was that? Like what the? There's nothing here to hit. And then I just see him like shaking his head like, what the hell, dude? And I was like, what did I hit? And he's like, my fucking water bottle. I was like, oh my gosh, my bad. So it fucking full of water, busted, and so we had to go to Walmart. Basically missed all but 2 minutes of the truck practice. I don't think that was anything to write home about. But the cup practice, I'm glad we were there for that, man. That was one of the most exciting sessions of the weekend for sure. I don't know if you were able to watch any of that.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it. I didn't really get to see anything I mean, I saw what happened, but I didn't really get to watch anything this weekend.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, the cup practice, man, that was fun as shit. That was basically a race in itself. I mean, it was an hour-long session, and you had maybe a handful of teams, 8 to 10 teams, start on the red compound, the soft compound, if you will, the option tire. And then everybody else was on the prime tire, the normal yellow hard tire, if you will. Um, and so yeah, it was like, okay, let's see what happens here. And clearly, right away, you could see that the red tire guys were way faster than the yellow guys, like right off the bat. Like, okay, that's interesting. And then it was kind of turned to like, okay, let's see how long these guys push the red tire, because we know that there's a 50 lap stint at the end of the race on Sunday. So
Jumping ahead a little bit though, because you did bring it up, like what went wrong with the tire this weekend? Like why was it kind of a bust? Like what caused that to not really work like they intended?
I think the cooler temperatures at night is what changed was the factor to change it. I really do. I think the tires are that temperature sensitive. I mean, we talk about how tracks are sometimes temperature sensitive. Charlotte this weekend being one of the biggest, with the big transition from day to night, and I think that was it, because during practice we saw teams like blistering tires. Even in the open race, Bubba Wallace's team was like, man, I don't know if we could run another 30, 40 laps on these tires, when they were at the end of that stint with the red ones in the open. So, I mean, I think it was just once that sunset and the track gripped up, the tires kind of equaled out. They didn't test in the night, you know what I mean? So, I think we got to go to day racing. You know what I mean? Day racing is going to help these tires. I hope that that's what it is. And I hope that's what we learned this weekend, because I'm telling you, that practice session was fun. And you had comers and goers. I said it almost looked like a race, like a stage throughout a race, essentially. And I was like, this is crazy. I was like, at one point, just like, okay, I got to pull up lap times and like see what the hell is going on, who's fast. So, yeah, definitely practice was cool to be there for. I wanted to get there to see any on-track activity we could at that point, you know what I mean? We were like just dying for something to see. We couldn't even damn race go-karts on Tuesday in Mooresville. So, yeah, practice was cool. And, yeah, that led to Saturday. Led to the truck race. And, I mean, we only got, 70 laps in, I think. And it was kind of the Corey Heim, Christian Eckes show. Pretty much that was the name of the game all day. But 70 laps in, and that's when the torrential rains came. I mean, I've never seen it rain this hard for this long. It was absolutely insane. I thought at
And I
one
guess
point,
like the rubber from the tires like clogged the drains at the track, and that's why it flooded so bad at the track.
is that what someone said?
Yeah.
Who said that?
I don't remember where I saw it, but yeah, they said there was debris from the track, which I mean, they didn't specifically say the
Well,
rubber.
yeah, I mean, it literally could be anything. I mean, I saw pit signs go floating down pit road. I saw truck covers getting ripped off of trucks. I mean, it literally could have been a number of things. I mean, at one point, I literally thought there was going to be a tornado, and we were, like, in a bad situation. It was that windy and, like, that sketchy.
So did you guys get the hell out of Dodge, like, as soon as the
No,
rain came?
we were, like, so we were there, and it was originally just a lightning delay. And, like,
Yeah,
no rain.
okay, because, I was watching it for a little bit on Saturday. I do remember
It was
that.
like a lightning delay for, like, maybe an hour, hour and a half. We're all just, like, kind of bullshitting there, chilling. We're at least watching Indy qualifying and stuff, practice, whatever it was, at the time. I guess it was qualifying, yeah, to make the Fast 12. Yeah, so we're just sitting there, like, waiting to the lightning delay out, and, I mean, it's just, this deluge comes out of nowhere, and, I mean, I'm telling you, it lasts for 90 minutes, bro. Just straight, the hardest rain I've ever seen for 90 minutes.
Holy shit.
I mean, like I said, trucks. There were the 15 truck. I have that video of the crew members pulling it out of the water. That truck actually was starting to float away before the crew members got to it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so a 3,500-pound race truck was starting to float away in probably 2.5, 3 feet of water before the team was like, all right, we got to go get this thing. And they had to move their trucks like twice. Him and the 11 of Heim had to pull their trucks back up higher down pit road, like pretty good ways. I was like, damn, this is nuts. Um,
Holy shit.
yeah, it's something I had never seen at a racetrack. It was crazy. Um, but yeah, kind of glad I was there for it. It was definitely a story that we'll be talking about for years to come. The amount of rain that we got over that amount of period. It was like basically we knew the race was canceled, but it was like we're not leaving until this rain stops. And then I mean it did stop um, pretty much for the rest of the night. It rained a little bit overnight, but not as bad as that. That was the worst of it. And then Sunday, I mean Sunday was absolutely beautiful. Probably mid 80s and sunny. Carolina blue skies. Um, we got there early, got there for the finish of the truck race. Um, and again, that was pretty much just time.
Yeah,
Um,
I was. Now that like I'm thinking, I was able to catch that. Like I watched part of the truck race on Saturday, and then I watched the end of it on Sunday morning.
yeah. Um, no, it was pretty much time. I mean, he just straight kicked everybody's ass once he got to the lead. Um, and another big storyline to come out of that truck race was Brendan Butterbean Queen, the late model
Dude,
stock guy.
I wasn't there, so like I don't have as good a perspective. But him fucking getting out of his truck and like sitting on the door, fucking fist
Oh
pumping like
no,
a
the crowd was going nuts, dude.
yeah. I mean, I guess yeah, if it's playing, but I was like, dude, like you finished fucking third, like you
He
didn't win the
finished
race,
fourth.
fourth, like.
Should have finished third. But no, I'll tell you, the crowd was going nuts for the kid. It was like a lot of Cars Tour fans that were there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're there and you were able to hear that, it makes more sense. Like, I was just like watching it and I didn't really have the sound on, and I was like, what the fuck is like? I
Well,
put
and
the
I think
concert.
it was towards his family, if
That
I'm
what it
not
was.
mistaken. Yeah, because they were like two sections over from us.
I mean, I was half waiting for him to go do a fucking burnout, like the way he got out of the truck. I
Hell
was like,
yeah,
oh my
dude!
god! Like, I
It
was
was
like, did
hype,
this
man.
mother? I was like, did I miss something? Did they make this motherfucker the winner now or something? Like, because like I didn't really have the sound on, and I just see him like get out and sit on the door and fucking like fist pumping and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll tell you, it reminded me of when we were there for Dale Jr.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that,
I mean, like basically anybody that knew him, and really not. I mean, he was a crowd favorite all day long. I mean, he got the biggest pop out of any truck driver there was in the field. It was impressive, honestly. And like you said, his run was super impressive. I mean, I think he made a lot of new fans on Saturday, Sunday. Um, he drove from the back to the front to twice. He sped on pit road there that one time, and then they changed up the strategy, came down and put uh, left sides on it or right sides on it. I guess they put left sides on it at that time.
man,
And
him and Eckes were racing the dog piss out of each other at one
yeah,
point. I thought they were about to
race.
wreck each other.
Hey, and he didn't take no shit. He fucking gave I guess the bumper a few times too. He was like, "Hey man, I'm here to race. Get out my way. You're holding me up."
Yeah, I thought
And
somebody
so
was
yeah,
about to go spinning.
he fit right in. Oh yeah, I thought so too. I was like, "Oh, these boys are gonna race. These boys are gonna truck right here." But no, great truck race. I thought one of the better truck races of the year for sure. Um, and yeah, like I said, these Cars Tour guys are impressive. I mean, I kind of cashed out pretty good on the ticket. I had Heim time to win. That was only like plus 250, but kind of knew to play that. He was the best truck there. And then I took Brendan Queen top three and Brendan Queen top five. The top three would have been like a $35 cash ticket. Um, the top five was like $18 ticket. So yeah, I was hype on that. Like I said, I thought he was gonna get that top three. I ran like our seats were like 4 rows from the like right there from where I took the videos and pictures of the burnouts this weekend, and so like I went there to try to get the videos, and I was hoping it was P3 when he was coming across the line, and I saw it was 4, and I was like, damn it. But great run by him. Like I said, these Car Store guys prove that they can get it done. Carson Quapple has proven that in the Xfinity Series when he's gotten the opportunities, and sounds like he's going to get another opportunity to race it in Nashville. Butterbean is so something to keep an
Nice.
eye out for.
Dude,
That's a little nugget. I don't know if that deal is announced, but that's a little nugget we picked up from the radio this weekend. His radio talking about
you
if they don't get any more opportunities.
you mentioning the tickets, by the way, made me like I didn't even mention my Darlington, man. I had the magic going on Friday and Saturday. I had back to back nights. I only made one or days. I guess I made one bet in both races. I had Chastain to win that truck race, and that was like plus 500, plus 600, something like that. And then same with Allgaier to win the Xfinity race. I was like plus 600, something like that. Cashed both of those back to back. So that was my best run of the season for sure, betting wise.
Yeah, I had a really good weekend. I said I cleaned up in the truck race, and then I basically threw 2 units on Ty Gibbs to win the Open. I felt like that was a pretty good safe bet. Again, that was pretty shitty odds. I think it was only like plus 150, if even that. But took that, and then I took my winnings from that and took one bet. I think I put like $11 on Denny to win outright, and that was the only bet I took. I didn't take any top threes or anything. Um, so yeah, came up one spot short. I thought we had a chance there at the end. Um, but yeah, definitely was a good weekend on the books.
I was big on Barry to win the Open, so that kind of let
No,
me
I
know.
was too. I mean, like I said Friday practice, Barry was super fast, um, super fast, and that's kind of where I picked up the tips on Hamlin. I mean, Hamlin led in like 10 laps, 15, 20, 25, 30 lap averages there on Friday practice. So I was like, the 11's got a piece, and he did. I mean, he started deep in the field and was able to drive his way up to the front. Wasn't quite able to get the lead away from old Joey Logano, but
Yeah, I did Barry to win the Open, and I was with you too. I had Hamlin to win, and I had Larson to win as well, and I figured somebody would be able to pass Joey at some point, but apparently that was never happening. So
only when he was in his pit box and Keselowski was further down pit road. That's the only time.
ridiculous,
That's the
but
only lap he didn't lead.
yeah. Um, Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone back and watched the race Sunday, but it seems like another stinker. So disappointing, obviously, when it's been 2 straight years for Wilkesboro now, and it's like, I mean, at least like I didn't. I was worried about the crowd because it seemed like there wasn't a lot of hype going in. I didn't feel like, and like the weather was obviously was what it was, and it didn't look like the ticket sales were doing great. But they must have had a lot of walk ups on Sunday because like I did listen to the teardown a little bit this week. I didn't get through the whole thing, but I heard Jordan saying how it was packed on Sunday and the crowd was insane. I'm sure you can back that up. So it didn't look like. I mean, I was like talking to Cody about that on Friday too. Like it seemed like the hype had kind of dispersed a little bit, but obviously people showed out for it on Sunday. Like I said, I'm sure they had a good day with walk up sales because it didn't look like they were selling a ton of tickets for it going in.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about the ticket sales. We got ours like basically as soon as they went on sale, the whole 5 day package, and maybe it just wasn't as much hype, like social media wise or like leading up to it, just because like the weather was shit.
Yeah,
It was kind of basically we knew going in, like we knew Monday that it was gonna be shit all week, and that we were bleak to get some racing in. So maybe that had a little bit to play into it, and I feel like a lot of attention and eyeballs are on Larson doing the double. With him being in Indy, obviously he did make it down to Charlotte, but he was in Indy all week, leading up to it. So maybe that played a factor into it as well. But no, Sunday the vibes were immaculate. Like as always, Wilkesboro puts on. I mean, uh, shit. I mean, I've never seen such an early arriving crowd. I mean, even like obviously, if you had a truck ticket, like you came early, um, and then it just seemed like, I mean, I guess everybody kind of left. I don't know if they cleared the grandstands or not. I guess you could have stayed if you had both tickets. Um, but I know a lot of people left. That's when the concert was, and then I mean we still had even like 2.5 hours
well,
before the open.
I was gonna ask you about that because they said if you had a ticket to either race that you could stay for the whole thing. So I was gonna ask if you bought the whole
No,
weekend
I don't
package. If
think.
you,
I don't think. I think if you had a truck ticket, you had priority seating, like for that race.
So you
But
couldn't. So if you just had a truck ticket, you couldn't stay for Cup.
I don't think so.
Okay, I might have read it wrong then, but
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong as well, but again, I think if you had a truck ticket, like, why wouldn't you have a cup ticket? You know what I mean? Pretty much.
yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Vice versa. I don't know. But yeah, either way, like, even, like, before the Open, there was a huge crowd there. I mean, it was an early arriving crowd, which was nice. And like I said, they had the vibes going. They were playing good music over the loudspeakers. And then after the Open, we had, I think it was like almost 2 hours we had to kill in between. And they had the DJ Slim McGraw come onto the stage there, where they were
Drew's
going to do.
favorite.
That's whose?
Drew's favorite.
Is it?
I can't remember what race we were at, but like one of the races we were at, it might have been Wilkesboro last year. He just kept saying like, "We gotta go see DJ Slim McGraw," like, and then like we were at the race, so like every time music would start playing, he'd be like, "Is this DJ Slim McGraw?"
It might have been. Oh no, because we didn't go to any races last year at Charlotte. I guess we went to like a couple on Friday, but
We went to
I
Truck,
see. I
yeah.
see. He DJ Slim McGraw is going to be playing a lot of shows on Friday and Saturday and Sunday at Charlotte. So yeah, we might have to go check him out. He put on a pretty good show. Had the vibes high. I mean, like I said, I was like, as soon as he started spinning a set, I was like, all right, I'm getting down here. I started busting out the liquor, and it was like, all right, it's All Star Sunday here. So
You got to see Warren Ziders too. He's
yeah,
good.
yeah. The that was after the truck race midday concert there in the midway, and yeah, he was really good. I knew only the one song, but I had heard a couple of them and just didn't realize it was him. But yeah, he was really good. So yeah, that was cool. Kind of cool to see him, a different name that's usually not at the race. I feel like it's not was it Dirks Bentley or who else? They feel like they have like 3 people they recycle for every race.
Dirks Bentley did a bunch last year. I feel like he's
Yeah,
usually like above like NASCAR concerts. Like it feels
yeah,
like he's like a. But yeah, he did. Yeah, because he did the 500 last year, and he did Wilkesboro, and yeah, he did another one too. I can't like it wasn't another one I was at.
yeah. But yeah, so Sunday was cool, and then that kind of leads us into the big race. I mean, like I said, I mean, I will say that I feel like a lot of people were excited after Friday's practice session about the tire, and that kind of definitely built some hype into the race. But yeah, it just definitely underperformed. Didn't perform as it should have or as we expected.
All right, it was lap 1 of the race. I know it happened after the race. Can we not bury the lead anymore? Can we get into it?
Let's get into it.
I want to get into it, dude, because like, so you know, and you are too. Like, we're both Kyle Busch fans. I'm a Kyle Busch fan. That was fucking stupid. Like, I don't know why Kyle did that, and I am like this whole thing. I am very
Well,
Team Ricky on. Like,
I see. The thing is, I don't think Kyle actually meant to stuff him in the fence like that. I think Kyle just meant to spin him around and say, "Look, motherfucker, that was stupid to put me 3 wide."
I don't think it was stupid to put him 3 wide though. Like, it's a
Well,
200 lap race. Like, we know how hard it is to pass there.
yeah,
Like,
it is. I mean, but where are you going? It's lap 1.
he was passing them. It worked. I mean, like he left the hole. It's like the Brad Keselowski.
No, I hear you. I mean, I hear you. I don't think really. I don't think anybody's in the wrong here. I really don't.
I think
Neither
Kyle's
person
in
is
the
in the
wrong. He wrecked him.
Well, again, I don't think Kyle really meant to actually put him in the fence like that. Ricky got loose after Kyle was on his ass and ended up stuffing it in the fence. Whereas, like, right as I felt like Ricky was swung on him, he was like starting to understand, like, kind of try to make peace with him, like, okay,
But that's
maybe.
why. Did you listen to Ricky on LaJoy's
Not
this
yet.
week? Because yeah, I mean that's why. Like Ricky said, like Kyle kept like you couldn't really hear like the audio over the fireworks. So, but like Ricky said, like so I didn't really know like what they were saying to each other on every sentence at least. But Ricky said like Kyle kept denying.
Yeah, Kyle said, "You hit me," and then Ricky said, "No, go watch the replay. You hit the wall, and then we made contact." And then Kyle says, "Really?" And so maybe that's what kind of set Ricky off. I think Ricky was already, I said, in a rage, and he kind of set the precedent in his TV interview. It was like, "Hey, I'm going to do something here." You know what I mean? And that's what's great about Wilkesboro is old school short track. There's no way out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's no tunnel, no bridge. You're stuck there. So that's what I love about it. It's old school short track. Feels like Dominion. So yeah, he had 198 laps to stew about it. Um, and yeah,
Oh,
he was pissed.
I'm more of a Ricky fan because I mean, so many times we hear these drivers, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking punch him in the face, but like, and they never do it. Like he fucking stood on business. Like he fucking
He did 100%. I
like,
love it, but I think that's where the fine comes from.
uh, explain. I'm just curious what you're
I think
getting
with it
at.
being basically premeditated, you know what I'm saying, and not as like just like in the heat of the moment. Like you know what I'm saying, because he basically said on TV, he's like, "Oh, Richard's gonna have to hold my watch after this." So I think that's kind of where the fine comes in. Now, 75 grand, that's a whole lot of damn money.
It's the
Uh,
biggest fine ever
for any
for
infraction like that, yeah, I thought this would be like 50 max, maybe 25. That's probably where it should be, 25, just to be like make the headlines. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I thought NASCAR was with that was this. It's like, oh, if we do have any penalties, it would be just monetary, small monetary, and just to create more headlines out of this, and kind of play off of this for another day or two.
But like when
Um,
Kyle got wrecked by Joey and walked a mile down pit road and went down and punched him in the face, and he didn't get fined for that. And like Ross didn't
yeah,
get fined when
again,
he
did he
punched
say anything
Noah.
on
Like,
TV or the radio?
I don't know what
I
I
don't
don't.
think
I
they
mean, that was
did. That again, that's just my speculation. Is I mean, I'm trying to come up with reasons of why NASCAR would have handed down this stiff penalty to Ricky, when clearly they're going to use it as promotional material from here
uh,
to the end of fucking time.
and
I mean,
that's what everybody
and
was saying. It's so
again, I don't agree with the
ridiculous. Like,
penalty. I think this will, and again, I think maybe this is NASCAR's way of saying, hey, we're nipping this in the butt, so we don't have anything at Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? So this doesn't get out of control. But yeah, I just 75 was a little excessive. Um, I do agree with his dad being suspended. Like, what are you doing? Why are you in there
yeah,
fighting your son's battles? Like that was stupid to begin
yeah.
with.
Ricky, I thought it was
Dad,
stupid, dude.
dad,
Dad,
somebody get
somebody
my
get my
dad.
dad. Like,
That was
dude, that was
so
hilarious.
stupid.
Like I
Uh,
feel bad for Ricky because like there's all now he has all the idiots like, oh, he needs his daddy to like. It's like he didn't want his fucking dad there.
nah.
Like
Uh,
so I do feel bad for Ricky that like he's gonna have that reputation now like with like the idiots like, oh, he was hid behind his daddy. Like no, he didn't.
no, he didn't. But definitely that was funny shit. That those clips of
Yeah,
dad,
dude.
somebody get my
But
dad.
that is like my biggest pet peeve with all these NASCAR fights is like we can never just let the drivers fight it out. It's like every Tom, Dick, and Harry needs to fucking get like, and this is like so the dude in the green shirt, the NASCAR, fuck that guy. I don't know his name, but like he literally grabbed Ricky and yanked him to the ground. And then like one of the media people interviewed him, and he was like, "I hit my head pretty hard on the ground." It's like, yeah, because you fucking yanked him to the ground like a fucking like idiot and hit your head, and then you're like, "Oh, I hit my head." Like, fuck you, dude. Like what? Like, how did that guy? Like, what was it more dangerous for that fucking idiot security guy to yank
Again,
Ricky to the ground than for Ricky and Kyle to just fight each other?
yeah, but it's just these things get out of hand, and it's not necessarily just going to be the drivers. Then the crews get involved. You already saw that how that
But
went.
that's how I say every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's the crews too. It's like I'm not just
No,
saying
I
it's the
agree. I
security
mean,
guy.
but
Like,
it's just the way it's not gonna be like hockey. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just gonna be two guys. Like it's just not organized like that. Like it's just these fights happen organically where it's like, you know what I mean? It's not like staged where it's like, hey, you want to go, and like the guys throw their gloves off. You know what I mean? It's just like these things happen spur of the moment, and then NASCAR security obviously wants to break it up as soon as possible. So I mean, I get it. It's stupid, but yeah, I don't know.
I just like in my opinion, like if NASCAR just like makes like a clear bulletin, like if two guys want to fight, let them fight, and if you crew guys get involved, like if you lay your hand on the other driver and you're a crew guy, you're getting suspended. Like that,
Yeah, I
which
mean,
I mean we saw here. So,
yeah.
but
So maybe this is setting the precedent. I don't know.
It was the same, like, you remember when Denny and Joey got into it at Martinsville, and I think it was one of Joey's crew guys got suspended because he just like grabbed Denny by his neck and like ripped him to the ground like as soon as they started fighting.
Yeah.
It's like that's just ridiculous, and it's like the same with the security guy. And it's like your job is security and to keep everything safe, and like your way to keep everything safe is to yank Stenhouse to the ground, like yank like oh like one of NASCAR's
Yeah, but I
prominent
mean,
like
who's to say like where's the momentum going? You know what I'm saying? Is Kyle pushed him back on him, so he's not really pulling him to the ground. He's trying to pull him back, and then they just go to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really tell from the video of what all is going on.
yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
I think you're just getting too deep into shit that doesn't matter. I think this was the best thing to come out of damn Sunday. Hell, it could have been staged from these two for all we know.
I just would
There,
have liked Kyle seen a chance to get Kyle to fight back, like throw some
yeah,
blows back and forth. Like
yeah. Again, I said it just ends up being chaos when it happens. You have so many people around media. I mean, we saw Bob get shoved into. You saw Davey Siegel down.
I mean,
Um,
what's every fucking commercial? The 1979 Daytona 500.
no, I mean,
They're
there's
like,
a picture that I have that's like this is almost very reminiscent of it. Like this picture kind of reminds me of it, like the way it's stayed, like it's framed or whatever. But no, I mean, I get it. It's again, they're going to use this. I'm glad this happened because shit, what else would we be talking about for the next
oh
half an
yeah,
hour?
no doubt. Like I don't like I didn't even know who
Again,
won the race.
I don't think Kyle really had the malicious intent to say, hey, I'm going in here to take Stenhouse out. I mean, they don't really have a history of that. Stenhouse seems to think that Kyle talks shit about him a lot. I don't really think he
Well,
does.
do
I
you
mean,
remember the 600 last year when they got into it? Where like
no.
they pinched each other into the wall a couple times,
I
and
just I
then
remember the this is funny. It was when Stenhouse won the 500, and I guess that was the year Kyle lost leading lap 200.
yeah,
Um, and Kyle's like, yeah, it doesn't take any skill to win these things anymore. It's all luck. And he's like, I don't even know who won. And then the reporter's like, Stenhouse. And he's like, there you go. So I guarantee you Ricky didn't like that. So I always thought Sunday, I was like, oh, it probably stems back from that. I don't remember the 600 incident. So
yeah.
they've had a few run-ins over the years, I'm sure. When you've raced each other for 10 years, you're bound to have some run-ins. And this is the perfect night to, if Kyle did have that malicious intent and that Ricky wanted to settle the score, this is the perfect night to do it.
Yeah, the 600 last year, like what happened real quick is like they pinched each other in the wall a couple times. It's like late in the race, and like Ricky tried to fucking like right rear Kyle on the front stretch, and like Kyle ran down like almost into the grass and saved it, and like didn't even lose the spot. I'll find the clip because I saw it going around on Twitter earlier. But I do
Yeah.
remember that, of, like being at that race last year. I do remember that happening and watching that like when it all went down.
No. Yeah, I think it's a product of like you said, it's hard to pass. Ricky is in the mindset of, hey, I gotta fucking go. You left me a lane. Kyle Busch is in the mindset of, I've had a shit year. There's no need to press me three wide here. You run me into the fence, you stupid motherfucker. And so I'm taking you out. And like I said, I don't
But
think he
Ricky
meant to
never
really
touched
take
him.
him out.
That's
He did
that's
not.
what.
No, I agree. And
Yeah,
I think after, like I said, Kyle, it seemed like was starting to like reason with Ricky. Um, and then, like I said, that's when Ricky was like, shit, he's starting to agree with me. I better punch his ass because I said I was going to.
yeah.
Um, and hell, Ricky might have even sat in the hauler and said, damn, there was no action in this race. Tires didn't do shit. I got to go create some headlines. You know what I mean? What's the old Kevin Harvick saying? If you're not running good, at least create chaos.
Yeah.
Be the show. So yeah, who knows how Ricky saw this? And like I said, the memes to come out of this have been awesome. I mean, the clip of Ricky over Kyle's shoulder, and then the punch with like I seen one. It was like having a fun Sunday drinking beers, and then the Ricky punch was Monday or whatever. And yeah, so
Dude,
the memes to
fucking
come out of it have been great. The mainstream
Kyle
media to
fucking
come out of it has been great. Go
Kyle
ahead.
fucking punching Ricky Senior, but like I don't know how old Ricky Senior is, but he ate that fucking punch. Like
Oh
that
yeah.
dude had Like, I guess Ricky Senior is
Well,
fucking
it doesn't
made
help
ambulance on.
when you have somebody around your neck. You know what I mean? It's hard for you to throw a punch to someone around your neck. So I'm sure neither one was really great contact. You know, I mean, yeah, they did connect and did make contact, but neither one was great contact.
Ricky's
Um,
connected. He knocked his fucking hat off his head. Like,
I don't know. I wouldn't say it knocked it off his head. He got knocked off in the scuffle.
yeah,
I mean, you could say the
but
same thing for Ricky. Ricky's hat got knocked off too. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it was the best damn thing to happen on this All Star race. I mean, like I said, Pat McAfee show was talking about it. By the way, you follow that? Who's NASCAR's fastball? Kyle Busch.
huh?
Pat McAfee kept saying we still have NASCAR. We still have the
Oh, he
fastball.
just said NASCAR still has their fastball. Like
Yeah.
NASCAR still got it. Like
Oh, okay,
basically,
okay. I
like
got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I was like,
dude, they
I
had
didn't know if he was referencing Kyle Busch as being because I know he's been on there a bunch.
they had a funny exchange on there, and they were talking about NASCAR a few weeks ago. They were talking about the Kansas finish, and Darius Butler, who used to play for the Colts, he's on there a lot. And like he's not a big NASCAR guy, but they were talking about the finish of the race, and Darius Butler just goes, "That's not my guy." Like, he's like, "Not my favorite," because they always make like quibbles at like Larson's like he's always like keep Larson off the sim racing and stuff like that. And Darius Butler was like, "Not my guy." Like it was hilarious. Like,
Nice. Hell yeah.
but yeah, it's always funny when they get to talking about NASCAR.
Yeah,
You,
they
you,
at least give it its props. You know what I mean? I like to see that, even if they don't
it's
really know what
funny.
they're talking about, because
It,
that's what makes it funny. Because they don't really know what they're talking about. Like it's like the way
yeah,
they make up their shit is funny as hell. Pat's always a funny character. I like him.
no doubt.
All right. Anything else
Um,
from Wilkesboro, Darlington?
nah, I mean,
All
I'll
Star
defer
race.
that to you.
All Star
I'll
race
defer.
back in Wilkesboro 2025. Thoughts?
That's I just I said this last year too. Why do we need to have an All Star race? Like, why can't we just get rid of the All Star race and make it another points race?
Well, you have a good point there. I always thought you
Like,
were just gonna say scrap it all together, and I was gonna say no because it's too much TV
yeah,
money.
just do the same weekend with everything and just make it a point. Like, why do we need to have an All Star race?
No, I like
It's
that.
just
That's not a
like
bad idea.
I think the All Star race is just like I guess it was a fun concept at first, but it just it's a watered down version of the same thing we get every week, and it's like when you're trying to build Wilkesboro up and build the hype
Well,
up
I
around
mean,
it.
well, I think this has found a great little niche here with Wilkesboro. You know what I mean? Keep it intimate. They didn't even have the backstretch grandstands this year. Just keep it intimate. Make it a hard ticket to get. I think I've seen tickets even next year even cheaper. But make it, you know what I mean, something that people want to go to. Keep the vibes big for it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, when you were here, it felt big. It felt like
Yeah,
an event. So
it was
I
awesome.
think yeah, it's a great time, and I think I said it's found its a great little home here at Wilkesboro.
But just
Um,
make it a points race. Like,
no, I'm not against that. But again, if we're gonna have to have an All Star race, if we are doing an All Star race, it's a perfect little spot here for it. You can add in the Cars Tour stuff. It makes a whole week out of it. It's great for the fans. Like I said, we always
uh,
want to see more on track activity. Um,
even
and I mean, I will
even
just
then,
say, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, if we have to have Wilkesboro on the schedule, I'd rather Wilkesboro get a points race and somewhere else be the All Star race.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like,
hear that. I mean, I will say it's a great little place to have a live test session, almost as we did this weekend. Because I think, again, we'll kind of wrap it up here with this. I mean, I think the tire was a step in the right direction. Um, you know what I mean? I think we are on to something with this softer tire. You know what I mean? Go a step further with it. And maybe we need to figure out that, hey, we can't run at night. These tires really don't like nighttime. They don't wear out as much. So I said, I think it's a great little test session because these testing these days, you only have what 4 or 5, 6 cars. Like it's not like a true race session. So I think this is a great place to test things. Certainly for the short track packages that we talked about, that needs a lot of work. Um, and kind of just to wrap it all up is obviously it's a new repave, and we heard a lot of comments from Denny Hamlin specifically about how possibly bad it was going to be. But damn if that didn't turn out to be completely wrong. I mean, this is one of the best repaves in the game. I mean, we saw basically it looked like Darlington. It really felt like a Darlington race when they were up and 1 and 2 up by the wall. I mean, they were all the way up against the wall, diamond in the corner. So it was kind of wild to see that. Obviously, for a first race on a repave, and that's just going to get better every year we go back.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to bring up. Uh, I was going to say, granted, I have not gone back and watched this race yet, but didn't seem like there was a lot of positive response about it. But man, I'm about to do something that might get us canceled. But like,
Okay.
Junior's carnival barking for North Wilkesboro is out of control. Like, I turned on the download this week, and he's like, "That's one of the best races I've seen in a long time. We need to. This is one of the best tracks in NASCAR. It's the best short track in NASCAR. This place is." I was like, I wouldn't probably not go that far based off what I saw last year and what I heard about it this year.
Well, I mean, it was good. I feel like it's definitely, I think, better than Martinsville and Richmond. Um, Bristol was better this year, but that
We'll
was,
see
I
what
think, an
Iowa
anomaly.
does.
Yeah, I hope they're supposed to have a test at Iowa, I think, this week. Um, so hopefully they, as I said, have learned something with this tire and continue to go down this road. I mean, I think some of the teams, maybe Rodney Childress or some of them, were calling for them to use this tire at New Hampshire. Not even no, don't go test it. Just run this tire. Give us this tire at New Hampshire. We'll figure it out.
Can they just bring the Bristol tire everywhere?
Well, the Bristol tire was. I mean, like I said, I don't think there was necessarily anything special about the Bristol tire. It just happened to be colder that day, or I don't know why it wore out like it did. I don't think anybody knows. Maybe Goodyear does, and we just don't know. But yeah, I mean, again, I don't think that was really supposed to happen. So that again, I think you take these red tires to a place like Richmond where you see pretty high tire wear, or like a place like Phoenix. I think it's gonna work a lot better than a freshly paved like, you know what I mean, racetrack, a freshly repaved racetrack. You know what I mean? That's super gripped up. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of tire wear to begin with. So yeah, I think we are on the right step of fixing the short track package with tires. If we just keep going down this road. So yeah, I don't mind All Star Race at Wilkesboro next year. I kind of like it. I think it's a great little market. And yeah, I said, it, hopefully we keep going down this road with tires. Good
Dude,
repave. Good
we
repave.
got
That's
on the
mine.
top. You brought up the ticket prices and stuff. By the way, I just need to say, I fucked myself and my friends. Like, so we are going to Chicago. I'm very hyped for that. By the way, that's gonna be sweet. I saw it last year. It looked cool. I was a doubter going in. I thought looked awesome last year. Other than the rain, I wanted to do it this year. But man, I got on a Tick Pick is the website, and I was like, oh, okay, like that's a good deal. $218. Like the regular package is like a little over 300, I think, like after the fees and stuff. I paid 218 and realized like I just bought the cup tickets. So then I had to go after that and pay like another 150. Like I at least called them on the phone, and the guy like knocked some fees off for me and stuff and gave me like the renewal ticket price. He helped me out because I told the situation to him. But like, so I had to pay like another $150 for the Xfinity tickets. So
Gosh,
like, yeah, dude, it's oh fuck, it's not a cheap and like, but the resale tickets for Xfinity for that were like over $200.
that's crazy.
But it's because I guess because they have the concerts there too and stuff,
Well, I
and
don't
how
think they have
much
a lot of seats.
yeah. I mean, that was just the general admission ones too. But like,
Yeah,
yeah, so we ended up paying almost $400 all said and done for that shit.
for 2 races.
Yeah. I
That's
mean, at
crazy.
least some concerts too. But yeah, it was one of those things where it's like it's a lot of money. Like I typically wouldn't spend that much money for a race, but I was like, I don't know how many times NASCAR is going to do this. I want to experience it. So we're gonna go make that trip. We got the flights booked, and we got a hotel right on Michigan Avenue outside the track too. So we are we're gonna be in the second city July 4th weekend, and have spent a lot of money to do it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So yeah, hopefully get some good content there. I'm pretty hyped about that. But yeah, we already talked about our Charlotte ticket experience, which they announced it as a sellout today. Um, I said to you, I said to Drew too. Like I guess I saw somebody bring up that with the rain out last year, they probably had a lot of people using their weather guarantee to get tickets for it this year, so the inventory was lower. That's why, like when we bought them weeks ago, like the grandstand tickets were already wiped out and everything.
Yep.
But yeah,
That was definitely a good point. But hey, we're in there. I'm excited. And
NASCAR's booming. That's the bottom line.
hey, it's like I said, even this week with a shit race or not so good race, we had a fucking fight. It was still had major headlines. So that's kind of 3 weeks in a row that we're business is definitely booming, and I expect nothing short this weekend.
We're definitely going
We
to have
got
some
a
headlines this weekend
we
with
got the old Winston Million hat going Winston Million racing this weekend with the Coke 600.
we're
So
definitely going to have some headlines this weekend with old number 45 rolling in. They might not be the headlines NASCAR is looking for, but they're going to be headlines nevertheless.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, if what you're referring to is Donald Trump is supposed to be coming to the race, that's the rumor mill. I guess it's up in the air. Just find out what happens. But yeah, that's supposedly what's happening.
If you go
Um,
to the race and he is indeed coming, get there early.
yep,
Because
get there early. I was there at Daytona in 2020 when he was there, and yeah, we had to get there super early. So yeah, just plan ahead, get there early. There's plenty of stuff to watch in the infield. Pack a heavy cooler, and enjoy the military show, demo show in the infield,
Matchbox
and
20.
some Matchbox 20.
Dude, I'm fucking hyped for that. It's just like you were talking about, like not your typical NASCAR concerts. I was like fucking Matchbox 20. Hell, like when they first announced that, I was hyped about it. Like I'm excited to see them.
Yeah,
Um. Oh, and the other thing about Trump coming, I guess there's a chance it might impact Larson getting there. I don't know what the whole situation with that's going to be, but that'll be interesting to follow. It also
yeah.
affects
Well,
the weather looks bad in Indy on Sunday.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We might not be seeing a true double, the same day double. So
Oh,
yeah, stay
it
tuned for that.
it came up over the weekend, and I mean maybe we'll see it again this weekend. I mean they did it a little bit this weekend, but do you have any issue? Because it was quite the debate on Twitter. I don't know why. It's just people who don't like Larson like making the counterpoint, but like did you have a problem with like, or if they do again this weekend, then pushing back the start times for Larson to get there?
I mean, it was 16 minutes on Sunday.
Like
Um,
let's say 600, they push it back an hour for him to get. I'm just hypothetically like, would you have a problem with that?
yeah, I think that's a little bit biased. And again, I don't think TV would want to do that.
Yeah, I don't think TV
And
would
I don't
either.
think. I mean, I guess you technically can. That is, I guess, the biggest push. No, or does it have to be 24 hours if they move it up an hour?
Well, I don't think there's anything in the rule book about a driver running the Indianapolis 500
Well,
trying to get
no,
to
but
the
it's
front.
like ticket sales wise, and like being there wise, it's like if you're a fan wanting to get there, I think by NASCAR's policy is they buy like within 24-hour window of the start of the race, they have to announce that they're moving the green flag time.
I just personally said, like, I
If it's
think it's
up by
such
an hour, but I guess it's be back, so it doesn't matter. But yeah,
it's such
I would kind of be like that's a little biased if it's an hour. I mean, that's a little much. Like, let's just get the race started and he can join whenever.
I just think it's such good publicity for NASCAR for this that like they should do anything possible to accommodate him because like if he can't even fly into the airspace because Trump's there, then like yeah, obviously that's going to be like an unforeseen circumstance, and I would hope like NASCAR does whatever they can do to work with him to accommodate them. And I mean, Trump's and his people are media savvy. Like maybe they'll know what's going on with Larson and try to do like what they can do to help. I mean, it'd be some, he's obviously running for president. It'd be some good fucking publicity if he was able to do that. I'm sure. So
But
I
yeah, I
mean,
mean, again, I don't think it'll be an issue. I mean, they've been planning this thing for over a year.
yeah, but they weren't planning for the former president of the United States to be there. So
Yeah, but what
that's
what
what
issue
my
would that
thing.
have to? I mean,
Because it's like a no-fly zone
yeah, but for
when
for who?
it's a no-fly
Everybody.
zone for like any like civilian aircraft to be
Again,
in like
I'm
that
sure.
air like
Again, I'm sure there's regulations. I'm sure that they got it under control.
yeah.
There's people
I
that
mean,
make way more money than you and I that got it as under control. I'm
I
sure
mean,
there's going to be zero issues. And
I
again, it
hope
doesn't even
not.
look like there's going to be a race on Sunday in Indianapolis, so I don't think there'll be any issues. No
Yeah,
issues.
well, I guess we'll see but that'd be a shame if the weather does take out the double. But we'll
Yeah,
have to
I'd
see.
be a little disappointed that. I'm a little disappointed in the sports books. They're not letting me parlay. They're not letting me lose money on double hammer and Larson to win both.
Really,
Yeah, I'm kind of sad
damn,
on that. So it's like, hey, take my money, please. But hey,
dude, how
it is
fucking
what it is.
incredible! Like going there and fucking qualifying fifth. Like that
Pretty
is
badass. I mean,
it's
there's
fucking
a reason
insane.
why. I mean, if you listen to us, I think a few weeks ago we talked about it. I mean, he was like fourth best on the odds, pre practice, pre anything. So
And we were making fun of it. We were wrong about that apparently.
yeah, um,
I still think it's like he's like the third favorite for the race. Like I still think that's
well,
probably a
he's
little
probably the
bit.
fourth favorite. I mean, the Penske cars 1, 2, 3 right now. I think are the class of the field, but you never know how the race will play out. I mean, it's a long day there, and I mean, a lot of strategy comes into it, and fuel mileage, and yeah, so it should be interesting whenever they do race.
I mean,
Um,
Kurt finished what fifth when he went there. He was the last one,
I believe sixth.
sixth.
Yeah, I think he
But
finished sixth. And just to reference where Kurt started 12th in that race.
by the way, a little trivia real quick before we move on and get some picks and everything. But I know you're ready to probably wrap it up soon. But I will say, uh, do you? So I just gave away Kurt. Obviously, that's one. Can you name the other? I believe three drivers it is that have run the double on the same day.
John Andretti,
Yep.
Tony Stewart,
Yep.
Robbie Gordon.
Boom. And Tony Stewart's done it twice. I believe those are the
Tony Stewart's
five.
the only one to finish inside or finish on the lead lap in both of them.
Yep. Because Kurt was running well in 14, I believe, in the 600, and he blew a motor.
Correct. He was running inside the top 10 and blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if Larson can top any of those records.
If there's one guy that can do it,
It's
it'd
certainly this
definitely be
guy.
him.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
proven how badass he is to the world on this big stage this weekend. So, yeah, we know we talk about him every week over here, whether it's in the sprint car or the cup car, and hell, even the dirt late model. Now we're talking about him in the Indy car qualifying P5, and I said will certainly be a fun story to watch this weekend. Has a hell of a shot to actually pull it off and win it. I mean, he's clearly fast. He's fast all weekend when they turn the boost up. So
There's a big parade on Sunday morning, too, that I'm sure you'll be up at 5 a.m. to watch.
probably negative.
Oh, no?
I hope to have balls up in the air at like 9:30, 10 o'clock ish,
All right.
and
All right.
we'll. I'm not sure. I think Monaco might start at like 9, and so yeah, we'll watch that and play some golf, and then watch the Indy 500 while we're still golfing, hopefully.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'll see you Saturday morning because I will not be up probably when you get there Sunday night. Or
Yeah,
Friday night.
yeah, either Saturday
Or
morning
really
or Saturday.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, either Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, I'll be there. It's TBD, but I'll definitely keep you updated about that.
All right.
But hell yeah, are we camping at the same one down the street from last year?
Yeah, the dude's house.
Nice, nice. I hope that guy gets some more bathrooms there. Fingers crossed. The
Good luck.
bathroom sit the bathroom situation there is not great.
It's not great, but hopefully, I mean, I think there's supposed to be a lot of people there this year, so it should be better.
Let's hope.
Because I mean, I feel like we were the only people there using those bathrooms last year.
Yeah.
All right,
Shit.
let's just do some dirt recaps real quick. We'll be better with our coverage here once we get through this weekend. Um, Outlaws, they were making an Ohio swing this past weekend. Let's see. They were at Attica Raceway Park on Friday, I think it was. Buddy Kofoy picking up the win. Carson Macedo second. Bill Baylog third. Brandon Spithaler fourth. And Caleb Henry to round out the top five. And then on Saturday, they were at Sharon Speedway, and that's the Blaney's home track. If you know about that, Dave Blaney's really good there. Runs sometimes with the Outlaws.
Yeah, he won that outlaw race a couple years ago there.
Yep, he actually he made the feature this past weekend as well. Finished started 14th, finished 24th. I'm not sure. I guess he might have had an issue or something. But yeah, David Gravel picking up the win on Saturday. Donnie Schatz on P2. Carson Macedo third. Logan Schuhart fourth. And Giovanni Silzi rounding out the top five. Yeah, so they are racing at Atomic Speedway this weekend, 24th, 25th. I'm not sure what days that is.
You bringing the TV?
No TV.
Ah,
I'll have the tablet.
well, that'll suffice.
Yeah, it will. So that's Friday, Saturday, 24th, 25th. Is that what I said? Yeah, 24th, 25th, and then the 27th. So they have probably 3 races before we will talk again, or at
They
least
always
before we have a
they
show.
always do the Monday Memorial Day
Yeah.
show. Isn't that in Kansas or something?
That's at Fremont Speedway in Ohio.
Ohio. Gotcha.
So yeah, 3 shows with the Outlaws this weekend, and then do you have the high limits pulled up by chance or no?
I do not. I'm
All
about
right,
to say, you want to do that because I don't want to go
Yeah, I got it.
blank on the screen.
Yep, I got it. They had a few races here over the past week while we were gone, or while I was gone at least. Let's see if I can pick up where we're at. Yeah, they had races at Kokomo on Monday the 13th, and winning that race was Tyler Courtney. Second was Spencer Basin. Third, Buddy Kofoy. Fourth, Corey Eliason and Brad Sweet rounding out the top 5. And then Thursday, they went to Outlaw Speedway. And with that, you had Brad Sweet picking up the win, Tyler Courtney finishing second, Zeb Wise third, James McFadden fourth, Anthony Macri fifth. And then I believe they had Utica Rome Speedway. That was two races up in New York, Thursday, Friday. And with that race, you had Rico Abreu picking up the win, Justin Peck second, James McFadden third, Brent Marks fourth, and Tyler Courtney rounding out the top 5.
I can never hear that. I can never hear that Utica Rome, like in the Rome, New York, and not think about the Woodstock '99.
Is that where it was at?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I just always think about that.
That's cool. But yeah, let's give some championship points updates here while we got a minute. Brad Sweet leads the high limit series over Tyler Courtney and Brent Marks. Um, it's only like a 34-point gap right now between first and second between Brad Sweet and Tyler Courtney. So things are pretty tight there. And then it's like another 110 back to Brent Marks. So
Hey,
yeah, they got a decent gap there. And then let's see if I can pull up the Outlaws real quick as well. Give a little points
what
update.
while you're doing that, by the way, you should check out FanDuel. They have a bunch of like cross Indy 500 and Coke 600 props for Kyle Larson. Like they have him to win either. They have him to finish top
Okay.
three in both. They have him to win both. To win both is 35 plus 3,500. Um, but they have like a bunch of different common. Like they have top three and like one or the other. Like they have a bunch of different props on that. Um, which this one is crazy, by the way. Kyle Larson to win either Indy 500 or Coke 600 plus 210.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we got 30 people, 38 people in here watching. If you're watching and you have a FanDuel account, send me a DM, and maybe I can register for something while I'm down in North Carolina and get some, I believe, some bonus bets. And so if you're listening and want some credits or whatever they do for FanDuel, give me the reference. And yeah, we'll give you a credit or whatever
I
they
have
got.
one. I have one.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
send it to you when I get there.
All right, send me a DM.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I think if I create an account in North Carolina, I get like a couple bonus bets, like $50 bonus bets. So
You've never used FanDuel?
I have not.
That's
I was
surprising.
trying to today. I mean I have it downloaded, but I don't think I have an account. And so I was looking at it today to see if I could parlay it, but I did not look for just straight props. Um, but yes, let me give a driver points here for the Outlaws. David Gravel is your points leader over Donnie Schatz and Carson Macedo. The gap is 54 points. David Gravel has over Schatz, and then 68 points to Macedo. So pretty tight over there on the Outlaw stuff. Even back to fourth, only 78 points back to Gio Celsi. So pretty tight battle there on the Outlaw side. 4-horse battle going on, and kind of a 2-horse battle going on for the high limit series. So yeah, kind of give you all a dirt update. We've been slacking big time on that. We'll try to get back on that. If
So hard to
anybody
keep up with all these fucking
if any,
sports.
yeah, with all the
There's
damn
too
streaming
many of them.
service, yeah, there really is. There's never a dull sports moment. I guess kind of middle of summer, it gets a little bit easier with just baseball.
Yeah.
But the month of May is definitely become a huge sports month. I'm a big NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs guy, so yeah, those have been taking up a lot of time for sure.
I mean, I'm a
And
huge
then
wrestling
watching
fan too. That never sleeps. Like,
yeah, I mean, I would say then watching things on Flow Racing when I can as well. So a lot of racing, a lot of sports. It's always a good time. But hey, it's always to get on here and talk racing for a little while with you.
yeah, I was telling you before we came on. Anybody listening, by the way, I had a fucking Luka Doncic plus 600 first basket of the game today. I was electrified.
Hell yeah! All right, Charlotte this week. Coca-Cola 600, Bet MGM 300, and North Carolina Lottery 250 maybe.
Something like
Um,
that.
yeah, triple header this weekend. Huge weekend
And
of
Arca,
motorsports. Yeah,
right?
and Arca. Yep, double header on Friday evening, 6 and 8. Uh, but yeah, huge motorsports weekend. It's Motorsports Christmas on Sunday. Hopefully we can get that triple header in of F1, Indy, and the 600. But yeah, let's get into some picks. I'll
Dude,
let
by
you.
the way, fucking that made me think. Fucking so motorsport.com, like literally in your title, like they have NASCAR riders, like your job is to promote motorsports, and they put out that fucking tweet like oh, like your face when it's Indy 500 in Monaco week. Like, okay, cool. Thanks, motorsport.com. Let's leave off one of NASCAR's crown jewels because I guess NASCAR isn't enough of a motorsport for motorsport.com. when, like I said, they literally have people that work for them that are there to cover NASCAR. That's just a stupid tweet. I saw them getting fired up on Twitter for it. So I just wanted to
Uh,
throw that in there.
there you go. All right, truck pick. Who you got?
Shit. I don't know. Let me pull it up real quick.
Pull it
What?
up.
Um,
I don't even know if we have odds yet.
they are on FanDuel at least.
All
Give
right, I will
me
pull FanDuel up then. The
um.
Xfinity field is stacked this week, by the way.
Oh, I was looking at championship. I guess there isn't.
Yeah,
So
I said I don't think there's truck odds out. So just give me your pick, and we'll.
I shall go with Ben Rhodes.
Okay, Ben Rhodes, I like it. All roads lead to Charlotte. Um, shit, I mean it's hard to pick against him. I know it's chalky, but give me Corey Heim. I mean,
I feel like you've picked him every week this
I,
season.
it's hard not to pick him. I mean, the kid fucking good. You know, I mean, I feel like he would have damn won Darlington if he didn't get taken out in that big wreck and let Chastain steal it. So yeah, give me Corey Heim to win. Like I said, I'm picking him again. Right while the momentum's hot, right? All right, moving into Xfinity. Kyle Busch is the favorite at plus 250. I'm fading that, but the field is stacked. Give me Chase Elliott plus 700.
Oh, what is he in this? Is it 17?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit! I didn't know he was racing that. Okay, I like
I,
that,
I was gonna take Ty Gibbs plus 350, but I mean, I feel like just
dude.
why not Chase Elliott?
They
I mean, I just like
pulled
the line. It's plus 700. You know what I mean? That's gonna
they
get
just pulled
chopped.
they pulled the rug out from Almirola. By the way, I don't know what all happened there, but it was supposed to be Almirola in the car, and they had him on the entry list, and then next thing you know, it's Ty Gibbs.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I don't know what happened there, but like I
Um,
said, not the first time Almirola's been pulled out of the 20 car.
yeah, facts. That's a good one. But yeah, Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Noah Gragson. Um,
So Noah Gragson has better odds than Chase.
Noah Gragson has worse odds than Chase,
Oh,
or
okay.
I guess better in the sense of like you get more money.
That's
Noah
what I.
Gragson is plus 1,200. Chase is plus 700.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you say Chase there when you were like listing them
Yeah.
off. I thought, okay.
I wasn't listening in order right there. I guess I kind of was, but yeah. So
Yeah,
stacked field this week.
yeah, that's crazy. I know my pick though. You give me Kyle Busch in an RCR Xfinity car. I'm taking it.
I forgot. I did forget that was a RCR car, not a colleague car.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that one pretty easily. I'll pump the juice at 250 too. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like if you're really looking to play that, I mean, I would just say wait, and maybe he has a bad practice, bad qualifying or something, and you get better odds. So if you're a Kyle Busch fan or looking to play Kyle Busch, wait a little bit. You're not going to get probably worse odds than that plus 250. But if you want to play the Chase Elliott, on the other hand, plus 700, go ahead and get that one in early.
for sure, I like that a
Because
lot.
those odds are going to get chopped big time in practice, even if you're top five. I mean, they got him listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 right now, but I still think plus 700 is pretty solid for an Xfinity race.
What are we picking first, Indy or the 600?
Also, just a note, I mean, I really love a Noah top 5 in the Xfinity.
Who's he
You go
driving for?
Stuart Haas.
The 30?
Yes.
I did not know that was Stuart Haas.
Maybe it's not. I'd have to check entry list.
I saw number 30. I was like, who the hell is this? Like,
Let me check that right now. But I'm pretty sure it's a Stuart Haas car because Noah posted a video the other week, maybe it was last week, and it was like him wearing these glasses, like I guess Snapchat glasses or something. It was like filming him going and sitting in the car.
Dude, by the
So
way, since you bring it up, SHR sounds like they're going bye-bye.
yeah. By the way, we didn't talk about that. That is a Reedy Jones racing car.
I feel
So
like the Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy?
yeah, yeah, exactly. Good point. But yes, damn, we didn't talk about Sarah Haas. I mean, I guess it's all rumors at this point. I mean, it depends on who you talk to. They're selling
Once
two
Adam Stern
charters.
says it, though, that's usually.
Well, again, I mean, there's Adam Stern doesn't really know. It's like is the whole thing dissolving? Is three of the four dissolving? Is two of them dissolving? You know what I mean?
He
Like,
said that all 4 charters are for sale.
well,
That
that's
was,
again, what's for sale and what's going to happen is two different things.
yeah.
I'm saying yes, maybe all four are for sale, and I've heard that there's been offers for all four sales plus the building to Front Row, or not necessarily all four because I guess they can only own two more. But you know what I mean. I've heard of the whole thing going. I've heard of part of it going. You know what I
I'm,
mean, half going. So
I'm stepping up to the plate now, taking my swing. I put it in the group
you're
chat earlier this week. I'm going to say real quick. I think all 4 charters go. I think we see 2 go to Trackhouse. We see Zane Smith and SVG in those cars, obviously. I think we see 1 go to Front Row. And I think we see Noah Gregson and Josh Berry go to Front Row. And then I think we see 1 go to Legacy. And I think we see Corey Heim go full-time with Legacy. And, and I think we see Chase Briscoe go to the Wood Brothers and Ryan Priest go drive a truck or something.
yeah.
So those are my
You just ran
predictions.
through all of them real fast.
I'm laying. Yeah, those are my predictions.
So,
I'm laying them down.
you said you're stepping up to the plate. I thought you were about to buy SHR. I was like, damn, you just bought Chicago tickets. You can't buy no charters.
Shit.
I
should be.
Yeah, no, that tweet I sent the group. Silly season is definitely heating up. I mean, this is some of the earliest we've heard of silly season rumors, and it's pretty wild that nobody really knows what's going on with SHR, even their drivers, the full-time employees there. So I hate it for those guys, but yeah, stay tuned if you're a fan, and maybe they're dissolving. Who knows what's going on with it? We'll let you know what we know.
There's
What we hear.
obviously some shit up when the drivers are like publicly speaking out and being like,
Like you said, when Adam Stern's tweeting about it, saying shit's for sale, like something's about to happen. Something's going down. Well, like I said, whether that's all four, whether that's 3 of the 4, whether that's 2 of the 4, 1 of the 4, who knows? We'll have to find out. I even heard that their SHR is staying in business, at least with one, and moving everything down to the F1 shop. So it's right down the street. So who knows what's happening? We'll see. Yeah. All right. Anything else? I guess we got a cup pick to make.
And Indy. I don't know if you want to do Indy first.
Oh yeah, definitely making a. No, we'll do that last.
Okay.
Go ahead with your cup pick.
Well, speaking of the devil a little while ago, the story of the week, I think, in the face of adversity, hasn't been the brightest week for him, but I think it'd be the most Kyle Busch thing ever for him to go out and win the Coke 600. So plus 1,800, he ran good at Kansas. It's the one thing RCR seemingly is still good at is these 1.5 miles. So in super speedways, but yeah. That being said, as soon as that fight happened, I was like, he's winning 600. So I already put in a ticket at plus 1,500 on my book for him. He's plus 1,800 now on the real books, but yeah, I am going with Kyle Busch.
I don't hate it. I'm going with a little bit different storyline.
Ricky.
No. The 600, I wouldn't say it's known for first-time winners, but it's produced some first-time winners. I don't remember who the last of them being. Maybe David Rudiman? Maybe.
Probably Rudiman. I don't know. Yeah. Keep going. I'll think in my head while you're going through it.
But, I mean, this guy's been on fire. He just whipped everybody's ass in the Open last week. Give me Tyrone Gibbs at plus 1,400, I think it was sitting at.
Austin Dillon.
Yeah, Austin Dillon. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off. It just popped in
No,
my
yeah,
head.
no, yeah. I was like, what does Austin Dillon have to do with this? No, yeah, you're right, Austin Dillon. So yeah, give me Ty Gibbs at, like I said, plus 1,400 to finally get the monkey off his back, Jeff Gordon style. Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, I definitely see it.
I mean, again, 1,400. I mean, that's pretty good odds. I mean, the kid's been running lights out right now. I mean, we'll get into the top 10 odds, but I mean, right now, for a top 5, it's plus 175. So pretty good money if you're a Ty Gibbs fan. I feel like he runs pretty good at Charlotte.
What do
So
you think about Larson being favored with all the indie stuff going on? You think he should take a hit this week on that, or
yeah, I mean, I think it's just the books. They know that he's going to get a lot of pop. There's a lot of Larson fans. I mean, I said it's every week. Like you said, he was the favorite at Kansas, Darlington, and then we think we were texting leading into Wilkesboro. You're like, oh, how much you want to bet Larson's a favorite? And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. He's gonna be an Indy, not even practicing the car. And it came out Denny was the favorite. But no, yeah, I think it's just the books protecting themselves. They know they're gonna get a lot of pop on it, especially this week with Larson running the double. So yeah, I don't know. It's surprising. I mean, again, Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin have proven that they're the two best cars in the field week in and week out. So it's not a bad play, but when you're the favorite every week, it gets old at plus 450.
yeah. I got my top 10 picked out, though. I don't know if you have.
Oh yeah, I haven't even looked at the odds to be honest. So go ahead.
This guy runs really good here. They've actually had a decent amount of speed this year. Ford's on the way up. He almost won this race a couple years ago, if you remember that. We were there for it. Plus 400, Chase Briscoe. I like that a lot.
Yep, that's not bad. He's plus 275 on my book. I'll let it slide though. I'll let it play.
That was FanDuel. It's plus 400. So.
Yep. As we say, shop around, shop around. Shit. Fuck. The lines are kind of chopped up here. You know what? I'll go with it. I'll go with Josh Berry. I feel like he actually runs good here, ran good here in the Xfinity stuff. They've been running, and I feel like hitting on something. Like I said, you were a big fan of him in the Open. That just wasn't a long enough race. It was too much of a straightforward strategy. Didn't really have an opportunity to get off sequence or get track position. So give me Josh Berry at plus 350.
I like it. He's 450 on FanDuel, yeah. So it seems like FanDuel's probably
A little better. Hey, give me a FanDuel account this weekend, big dog. Send me a DM,
yes,
somebody.
Sir. Yeah,
send me a lucky fan. Send me a DM.
I've always liked FanDuel. I mean, they've always.
Oh, you're at Briscoe. Briscoe.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Anything else?
Last time I gave out a top 10, it was a fucking pretty good one.
It was. Hey, shout out to Justin Haley too in that Open. That dude was flying.
Hell yeah. Yeah. No, I did. I wish I was in a situation where I actually could have bet that because I would have taken it and I would have made a nice pot of money from that. So
I think that was playing 10-1 that week that you called it.
It was like 15-1.
It might have been. I know it was fucking crazy odds for our long shot top 10. So, and it hit. Shout out to Zach Sprouse if you're watching. You know what we're talking about. Shout out Justin Haley. No, he was talking shit that whole Darlington race. You're talking about Justin Haley top 10, right?
Oh shit. Yeah, that worked out.
That was your last top 10 pick, and yeah, Zach, we were watching the race at B Dubs, and Zach was like, Justin Haley top 10. What the heck was Travis smoking that night?
Yeah, where you at, Zach?
I was like, dude, I don't know, man. He's actually pretty good here, and sure enough, man, old boy pulled off a hell of a top 10 there. So yeah, that would have been a huge cash if we actually played it. Like I learned earlier in the year, take your picks and play them. You usually won't regret it. You can't, no, but I learned that earlier in the year. So I think it was like I know a pick I had was the same way. It was like big odds on it, and that's what I missed out playing. So, all right, we've been at this hour and a half. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We got
Indie picks.
40 people watching. That's right, indie picks. You going first? You want me to go first?
Hell yeah, I'll go first.
I mean,
So
are
I
you
got
taking
mine.
the chalk?
Oh no, there's one that's gonna happen eventually.
Oh
And
yeah,
I say
you
every
have to
year,
pick it.
Ed Carpenter. This is the year.
Plus
I
six
love old
thousand,
Ed
folks.
Carpenter. He's just always a guy I've been a fan of in IndyCar. Like, he does a lot of great stuff. Like every year, like they get like a kid with cancer from a children's hospital to like be like the honorary crew chief for their team at the Indy 500. He's a great dude. He's a guy I'm a fan of. I pick him every year in the Indy 500. He's going to do it one of these times. It's going to be this year. Ed Carpenter.
Plus 6,000, folks. Get it in. Get it in.
I have to do it every year. It's like my tradition.
It's like me with Kyle Busch in the 500.
Yeah. Or you with Jimmy Johnson back for like 3 years straight.
Hey, top 10, baby, this week. Top 10. That's my dog. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
rocking Jimmy Gear, maybe.
Yeah.
Um. All right, I hate that. I mean, he's chalk. I know he was like super long odds like a week ago before practice, but I think he's definitely due for one. I don't think he has one. Yeah, I don't think he has a Indy 500 win. Maybe he does. No. No. All right. Give me Scott McLaughlin plus 400. He's the favorite, but I think that is the right pick. But obviously, as a fan, I'm going to be looking for that prop of Kyle Larson double. At least maybe top 5 in both races, if not for the win. If we got a little extra coin laying around, just because why not? That's just fun.
Hell
That's
yeah.
it's a fun motorsports parlay. It's not very often you get to parlay a motorsports events together. Certainly not with the same driver. So yeah, that should be a fun weekend. Yeah, I'll see you in Charlotte.
I'm hyped for it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. 600 miles this weekend.
Yes, sir. See ya.
Later.